Certainly open the hearts of Southern Nevada. Men, women, young and old. Hockey is not only uniting the community, it's also crossing ethnic lines. We introduce you to one man who is bringing the excitement of the Golden Knights to the Hispanic community.
Scoring tickets to a Vegas Golden Knights game might be one of your goals this year. But if you can't make a game, you can always listen on the radio. And for those who speak Spanish, there's Jesus Lopez. Lopez is the play-by-play announcer on ESPN Deportes. Along with color commentator Herbert Castro, they provide NHL coverage for the Hispanic community. Lopez studied at the University of Guadalajara. He moved his family to the United States for personal reasons and worked in radio and TV. He has a show weeknights on 1460 AM called Cantina ESPN. And when the opportunity came up to do play-by-play for the Knights, he jumped at the chance. He went right to his boss at Lotus Broadcasting.
And I told him, no, let me do a promo and I show you what I can do. And then he suggested me, you know what, it sounds a little bit like a translation. Why don't you do a little bit of your soccer stuff? And I started calling the goals like soccer style, and people loved it. And I believe it created a good impact among our society.
Lopez admits it was really stressful at first until he became more accustomed to calling the games, but he was up for the challenge, and he says now that it's getting a little easier, he is having a blast, and he calls that spot right there home.
Contra tres, Belmer. And I can put more speed into it, and you become more creative, and you have a better timing between play and play.
Lopez says the rules of hockey are very similar to soccer, a sport the Latino community knows very well. So the Vegas Golden Knights quickly became their new passion.
Because it has a lot of ingredients that we love. You know, there's fights, there's the speed, and I don't mean that we love to fight, you know, but it's something that makes this sport so unique. Like the other day, Ryan Reeves, I mean, he got involved in a fight and he looked like a boxer, you know? So I start calling like, y le avienta el derecho a la quijada, a la izquierda, gancho al hígado. I mean, I loved it because after all, it was a fight. And
not only the Hispanic community embraced Lopez,
but I also have a lot of English-speaking people that says, I wish I knew Spanish so I could understand what you're saying because I love the way you do it, things like that. So.
He says that motivates him to be better.
If you're going to be good doing something, you have to like it. You have to feel it. You see, when Jed opens the mic, I forget about who I am. And I just become the voice of the Knights. Abre de izquierda a derecha, el equipo de Minnesota pasando la mitad del campo.
Wow, what a fun guy. Lopez says he is very hopeful that next season they're going to be able to go on the road because now they just do the home games. And if you didn't know, there are only a few other hockey teams that actually have Spanish-speaking radio announcers. And so it's becoming more and more popular. And he said some have even reached out for a little instruction.
But, I've been so looking forward to this story because you told, well, first of all, I didn't know that the Knights had a Spanish announcer. Yeah. And then when you met him, you said, oh, Beth, he's such a personality. I can see why English fans are saying, I wish I understood Spanish.
I know.
Because he calls the games with such enthusiasm.
Exactly. And so him saying the similarity to soccer is really, you know, really how kind of gave him the experience. And he thought, I want to try this. So, yeah, that's Jesus Lopez. He's going to be on our midday show live in the studio as well at 11.